24th of October 2022. This isn't financial advice. I don't know your personal circumstances. I'm certainly not licensed to give you advice anyway. So please don't take anything I say as actual advice. Go and do your own homework. This is an online journal for me to help improve my trading. Let's start off with the market. So in this case, the NASDAQ composite. So we've had a follow-through day, which is this day here. Wasn't looking too good for the next sort of 2 days after. So I was very sort of skeptical about it. Didn't really do too much. But then we had like a pretty strong day Friday. So sort of looking like it's very early, of course, but we might have some sort of rally here, or maybe even just a stage one base forming. Quite sort of positive action. So couple that with seasonality, typically a strong seasonality going into December, January, midterm elections coming up, and we all know how bad the news and everything's been of late, nuclear war, like the whole lot. So wouldn't be surprised to see some sort of rally, less short-term rally happen here. So yeah, interesting. A few more stocks starting to set up as well. So what do you do when you think you're got some sort of bottom in? Is do absolutely opposite to what I just did, which is to buy some puts. So this might go down as a gigantic mistake, but anyway, let's get into it. So better viewed on the weekly. So Group Automotive is a listed US auto dealer. Very similar charts across the various auto dealers. Now, obviously, an amazing run coming out of COVID. EPS is going through the roof. You look at that. Used car prices were going up. Huge shortage, stimmy checks, people buying cars, all the rest of it. However, bit by bit, to my eye, this has been sort of basing here, and this is looking very much like a stage 3 to me, and wanting to go to a stage 4 after this sort of pullback here. So you can see here it sort of tries to rally, fails, tries to rally, fails, tries to rally, fails. After this sort of initial sort of base here, it sort of did rally, looking like stage 2, like I say, then failed, and then sort of just been bit by bit failing from there. It's a bit messier on the daily, but you can see that base I was just talking about, so pushed in a stage 2, failed that, and failed the 50-day, sort of rallied here. Now it's failed the 50 and 200 days, sort of rallied here, give people hope, and failed big time here. Had a bit of a rally, and sort of now just rolled over the 50-day moving average. So I can see lower prices coming here. Now, I haven't really done much on the short side sort of ever. I'm trying a bit harder. I may have got this completely wrong, because if this follow-through day does hold, then I might get smoked on this trade. Actually, however, if we start getting distribution in the next week after this follow-through day, that's typically a sign the follow-through day is faulty, so I may even add to this position on the short side. So we'll see. But I'm just putting it out there, I may have got this one sort of cocked up. Anyway, the stock's at $1.55. I bought puts, January 2023 puts. $130 strike price, and they cost me $7. So the problem with that is I'm going to need a big move to make any decent money. So if I want to make 5x my money, I need the stock to go down to roughly $90-something, assuming a sort of fairly constant implied volatility rate. Now that's a big move from where it is. However, this could happen. The stock hasn't dropped that much this year. Now, being an auto dealer, we're seeing used car prices coming down, and by the looks of it, coming down quite rapidly. So therefore, inventories of these dealers is probably taking a hit. And then when there's leverage involved, which is just about always is, you're seeing sort of a magnification of the contraction of the NTA in these sorts of stocks as well. So I can easily see like pretty weak earnings sort of coming up. So you can see even from the last one to now, that was 17%. Now the next one is due in 3 days, so I'm going to meet my destiny at least pretty quickly on this one. and yeah, see how it goes. So anyway, I don't think this is going to be my best ever idea, but you know, we never know. At least I've got some hedge. I got a hedge on the downside, so if the market does roll over, you know, something like this will probably drop. So, and I think the actual main risk here is the market itself. If we do get a run, you know, being on the short side is probably just going to be tough work. But anyway, let's see. The other stock I want to talk about today is here. Now I really did get this one wrong. Let's put this back into the daily. And I've talked about this one in previous videos. A powerful stock that knows how to move. Latest viable gap up was that day here. Pulled back along with the market. Nothing too crazy. Sort of held that 50-day moving average. And I didn't buy the calls. You know, I think my exact comments were something like, I think the market's too sketchy, especially in this type of stock. Yeah, so far severely wrong on this one. So that's a very powerful looking chart. Put that in context. If I bought March 23, so plenty of time to expiry, $20 calls, they would have cost me, say, around about $2, and now they're at $5.20. So yeah, you can just see the power of this sort of options trade when things get going. So I'm planning on the next few days will be really interesting. So, you know, does the market sort of roll over, in which case we know where we're going. If it sort of things are sort of looking stronger and stronger, I'm going to try and get more exposure on the long side, which will go through those stocks as I start putting them through. Because if we do get like a bit of a Santa Claus rally type thing, and you know, 10 to 15%, you know, there's potentially just quite a bit of money to be made in the short term here. Anyway, we'll one step at a time, one day at a time, and yeah, we'll see how it goes.